The spring market has come in like a lamb, not a lion like we expected. I'm Tony with Clarkson Santoro, and this is our real estate update for the week of Friday, March 7th. We know that selling or buying a home can be very stressful and confusing. That's why we do these weekly videos, so you can know how the market is impacting your options as a home seller or buyer. Let's start off by looking at how the market performed this week. There are now 36 homes active on the market, which is up from the 30 we had last week. The average asking price of those homes is $2,026,000, which is up from the $1,994,000 of last week. 6 homes went pending, 3 less than last week, and the average asking price of those pending homes dropped slightly to $2,047,000, down from $2,078,000. 6 homes sold this week, 4 more than last week, and the average sales price jumped up significantly, up from $1,955,000 last week to $2,073,000 this week. So now that we know how the market performed this week, we can take a look at how the broader trends that help us determine where the market might be heading. Before we look at those trends, if you find this information helpful, you can subscribe so you don't miss out on future updates. And why not share this with a friend too? Everyone deserves to be in the know about their local real estate market. All right, let's take a look at those broader market indicators, shall we? Inventory increased by about 20% from last week. We're still sitting at just under what a normal market inventory level looks like, but the trend is continuing to move in the upward direction. Hovering around the normal inventory level doesn't necessarily mean that the market is growing soft, as long as there are enough pending sales to keep up with the turnover rate at a level of 100% or more. Unfortunately, pending sales numbers have not kept up with the new inventory numbers. The turnover rate had climbed up to about 70% last week, but dropped back down to around 60% this week. If the pending sales don't start picking up in the next few weeks, we could be moving towards a very slow, buyer-friendly market. What might be most surprising with this slower spring market movement is the over-under sales price number. That number is sitting below 100%, so in the under part of this number. That isn't what is surprising to me though. What is surprising is that the under number has remained relatively close to breaking even despite the turnover rate staying rather anemic. We are seeing homes close on average less than 0.5% below the average asking price. Home values are not faltering even with the less than impressive start to the spring market. That fact is demonstrated by the 30-day average sales price in San Ramon, and the fact that it has once again approached the $2 million mark, and it's been significantly going up for the past several weeks. That's 3 weeks of impressive improvement from the average price when it dropped below 1.7 at the beginning of last month. I do like to remind everyone that the large swings in average prices doesn't automatically mean that the market is really making those big shifts one way or the other. We are dealing with very small quantities, so the averages can move very rapidly. What this average price does tell me though is that home values are continuing to hold, if not improve, well enough to still get the higher end of the market well into the $2 million plus price range. In less encouraging news, however, the high-tech equities market took another large step backwards this week. It now sits at nearly 8%, an 8% drop since over the last 2 weeks. The current economic concerns around tariffs and Fed rates have significantly affected the market. That will put a dent into the cash available for down payments on homes in our market from a lot of the buying demographic that relies on their stock portfolios to bring that cash in to close a transaction. The uncertainty also plays a role in dampening buyer confidence when they consider making the single largest purchase in their life. If the markets don't turn around quickly, that could start to significantly affect our housing market here in San Ramon. In a counter to the negative market movement, the interest rates continue to make positive movement. And by positive movement, I mean it has continued to decrease over the past several weeks. Rates dropped 13 basis points this week, down to 6.63%, which is a significant 40-point reduction from what the rates when the rates crossed the 7% threshold in January. While this drop is not enough to overcome the cooling stock market and tech equities, it is a step in the right direction. The spring market has not taken off with the gusto we had predicted. While there might be an argument to make that we are in a buyer's market, I don't think it's quite that simple. The turnover rate has remained low, but prices are holding strong. Some homes are taking more than a month to go pending, but the average time on market for all pending homes currently is only 14 days, and a third of those pending sales were only on the market for 1 week or less. Additionally, only 6 of the 20 homes that have gone pending and sold this year sold for less than their asking price. Nearly half of those 20 homes sold for more than their asking price. The point I'm driving at here is that there is a lot of tension in the market and no clear lean either in a buyer's or a seller's favor. Each property should be viewed as an individual product, not a part of a clear and obvious market. As a homeowner considering selling, the emphasis should be on preparing your house to make a striking first impression to drive interest from the buyers that are absolutely out there. Thank you for joining me for this weekly update. I hope it helps you understand how our market is impacting your options. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you stay informed on how the market is continuing to shape up this spring. And if you have any questions about how you can navigate the stressful and confusing process of selling or buying a home, leave a comment down below or reach out to us directly. We're here to help guide you every step of the way. Have a safe weekend. I'll see you next week with a new update.